east of the Rockies. What's going on, my friends? Today I want to talk about a new project that I am starting. Now let me start by saying I love lighting. I've got these crazy hue lights all about the apartment. They change colors and react to what I'm doing. I've got these salt lamp rocks and pillar candles and just scented candles, colorful candles all over the place. Put them in different arrangements, dim the lights to different levels, move the candles around, just to kind of create different environments, different atmospheres, match to the mood, create a more immersive experience, just something I like doing. So I decided, gotta make my own candle. Now I did some research, I decided that I actually like the idea of the beeswax candles. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, and we'll see, but the salt rock lamps, they give off negative ions, and apparently when you heat beeswax, it has a similar property. So we'll see if that's true. It also has a natural smell. It's a lot cleaner. There's not the synthetic plastics or oils or whatever's in these shitty white wax ones. So we'll see what we can do. So I didn't actually just want to buy beeswax pellets and melt them down and pour them into jars. So I actually found a guy who gave me some pure natural beeswax from an actual hive. So I'm going to have to render it, clean it, prepare it, and then cut it with the different oil, pour them. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and just see kind of the different materials I have. So this is where the magic is. It's all in the beeswax. That actually looks pretty good. I think this is a pound of beeswax. It's pretty clean too. When I zoom in, you can see little specks of dust, maybe smoke, honey, or burnt sugar. Not sure what it is. It looks pretty clean, but I want to clean it up. So I've got these mason jars, a whole pack of them, maybe a dozen of them. I'm gonna break up the wax, put it in this jar here, and do like a double boil. And once that wax gets nice and hot, I'll have another jar ready to go with some cheesecloth. And I will pour the dirty wax through the cheesecloth into the other mason jar, and then hopefully nice, clean, liquid wax will go into the other jar. Now, burning beeswax on its own, from what I've read, is pretty hot. Could be dangerous. It could just tunnel straight down because the wax gets so hot. So usually they cut it with some other oils. Now, I've decided coconut oil because palm oil and coconut oil apparently are very similar, except this has not as much of the sustainability concerns that I've read, just with some really shallow level research that I've done. So we're gonna give this a shot, cut it with some coconut oil. That will also extend the amount of wax, so hopefully I can get some more candles out of it. Once I've got that beeswax, coconut oil, I'm calling it Boca wax, you know, bee cocoa wax. That's just my little name for these candles. These are Boca wax candles. I'm gonna pour the Boca wax into these containers with the wicks held straight up, cut the wicks, and then hopefully I'll have a couple of beeswax candles in the morning. So I started breaking this up in half. And I'm gonna break down into chunks so that I can measure it in here. I've got the scale going. I want about 8 ounces. 8, okay, 8.29. Okay, so beeswax is actually extremely flammable, and we are dealing with some high temperatures here. Oh shit. Yep, that's high. Now, you got a whole situation going on. You're gonna have to move, buddy. In case shit goes down, fire extinguisher. This is exciting, right here. Look at this. Got some liquid wax in there. Hell yeah. Wow, the melted wax almost looks like honey. You can see all the debris in there that will be filtering out. So it's a good thing I decided to clean it. Okay, so I poured the wax in. You can see it wasn't that dirty. And now it should start cooling down. Get this near the light so we can see it a little bit better here. Let's see, look at the color. Yeah. That looks really good. I think we're gonna be able to use this. So I had 8 ounces of beeswax and 8 ounces of coconut oil, which gives me 1 pound of candle. Now these candles They actually do smell really good. They might not be strong enough though, so I still might need to scent them in the future, or maybe just burn more candles at once, I don't know. You'll see here how the wax dried. This one cracked a little bit. And this one cooled just fine. And this one I actually left alone. You can see I put the pencil through this looped wick and kind of just suspended it over the glass, and then I poured the wax around the wick. On this candle, there's some sticker residue there, just ignore that, but I did tape the wick in place. I think that will help prevent it from floating around. It definitely helped it from floating around when I was pouring the wax, but also when the candle's lit, obviously as it gets down there near the bottom, the wick's gonna start floating around in the wet wax. This one did not get taped down, and you can see where the wax got underneath the wick. So as the wax melts down and around the wick, I think I might have some issues with it. We'll see, it might not be that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and cut these wicks now, let them burn for a while, see if that wax hardens in a nice smooth top. That's what the coconut oil was supposed to do. Let's see how well it smells, how bright it is, if it starts smoking and doing crazy stuff. I really don't know what to expect, so let's just jump into it. Start with the small one first. There we go. And the other one. And we're off to the races. So the fact that these candles don't melt all the way out to their edges could be due to a combination of things like the container size, the wick size, or the ratios that I used with beeswax to coconut oil. I am very happy with the size and color of this particular candle, so I think in the future, if I can find some more beeswax, hopefully, I'll make them like this. Now the scent's not very strong, but the color alone and the brightness is awesome. So I can make a bunch of these candles, light them up all over the place, and I won't have to worry about being overwhelmed by the smell. So I really am happy with these candles. Another thing I need to figure out is, once I get the ratio of beeswax to coconut oil figured out, or if the ratio is right but it's just the wick size, I need to figure out how much material gives me, how much candle can I get out of the material. So 1 pound didn't quite fill up a second candle. So if this is the size that I need, I'm gonna need a lot of beeswax. So thank you for joining me on this this experiment, this journey of making candles and enjoying the light that they give off. This has been East of the Rockies. Until next time.